Hello. I am going to varnish this painting today. It is acrylic and the acrylic's dried, definitely dried. And I am going to use Liquitex satin varnish. And the directions say before varnishing, make sure your painting is fully dry, 72 hours. Well, I let it dry at least a day. Don't thin this down with water. And what I do, because this one is satin, I typically will make sure it's stirred up. It's not going to be just, because sometimes it will go settle to the bottom and you don't want to have that happen. So I'm just going to stir it up a little bit. And I'm just using a brush handle. I'm going to stir it up and then wipe that off. It's not going to hurt anything. It'll dry. It's not going to be shiny. It's going to be satin. And then I'm going to get enough to do the painting. So I will pour that on here. I'll show you. I'm just going to put that there for now and pour it on there. That might be enough. I'm going to give it a shot, see if that works. I'll scoot it over. And I may later paint over this with more paint, but it would probably be oil paint. So I am not 100% done. I don't think I'm done, but I'm going to go ahead and varnish it. This will be permanent varnish on here. It's going to seal in the acrylic paint. If somebody has it on display at a coffee shop, and while it's there, it ends up getting, coffee on it or something, you can just clean it off with a wet Q-tip and it'll be fine. You don't have to use a wet Q-tip to clean the whole thing. I'm saying if you get something spattered on there, you can clean it off. So I have a 1-inch brush. And I am going to use this without getting it wet and just get it totally loaded on here. I'm just going both sides of it. I'm pulling through the varnish. And I'm just going to start at the top, and I'm going to get every part of this canvas covered with this varnish. And you can do multiple coats if you don't get it all done in the first coat. And then I'm going to go side to side and pull it off the painting, and then next row. While I'm doing this, I'm also looking for if I'm leaving any puddles behind. I want to make sure I get them, because I don't want to let this start drying and then come back up and look for them. So I'm going to pick this up and look for any puddles or any paint that's accumulated on the outside. There we go. And I will just make sure it's all good, and then side to side. And that's going to be the final for this coat anyway. Get more varnish on my brush and then crisscross. Get more varnish and crisscross, and then side to side. Now I see puddles right here. I'm going to get that with the brush. A little bit off the side there. I'm going to get that. And I'm just working my way down on the painting. I don't want a lot of air worked into the varnish. And I also don't want to stop and do something else while I'm varnishing, because you kind of want to get it done in the same sitting. I see some stuff right there that needs to be brushed. Okay, I'm going to need some more on there. I don't have to stir it up now. It's going to be fine. I also, I'm not using Gamvar right now, I'm using Liquitex, but I also have out the Gamvar to show you that. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just going to continue because I don't want to stop in the middle of this and do it. So next row, crisscross across, and then side to side. And I see some accumulating on the plants here where I've got texture, so I'm just going to make sure I move that with the brush till it no longer is noticeable. There we go. This is kind of white looking. It looks like, like Elmer's glue on there. I want to make sure I don't have that dry like that. There we go. Next row. And I'm probably not gonna do another coat, but you can, in case you miss a spot. Like if I come back and look at it tomorrow or whatever, and I notice that there's a spot that's really dull looking, that doesn't have any varnish, then I will come back and do another coat. Okay. There we go. I'm just making sure it's off of all of the texture that I have on here. I don't want to have any dry in there. There we go. I think I need to drink more water today. All right, so I think it's done. I don't want to touch the front of it. And this is a canvas panel. I think I showed you the back of it, but it's just a canvas panel from Blick. And I'm noticing, okay, so I am noticing I have a bunch right there. I'm gonna move that with my brush, make it less noticeable. There we go. I think it's good. So this will dry. Now I have another type of varnish that I have used in the past, but I typically will take it outside in the back on the patio table and do it because I just don't want to breathe it. It's for oil and acrylic paintings. So it is, and before I get there, let me finish this. This brush that has been used to do this varnish, I need to wash this with the brush soap I've shown you in other videos, with the Masters brush soap, because this will get super crispy and hard if I just wash it kind of casually. I think we're all good. I don't see any other puddles. Right there maybe. That's it. And, you know, move it around. See if there's any, you know, make sure you got all the puddles out of it. And then I will wash this with the Masters brush soap so that I don't have this dry super hard, because I want to be able to use that brush again. I wanted to show you another alternative to using Liquitex satin varnish. You can also use gloss varnish. You don't have to use the satin. Gloss varnish turns out glossy, and I've used that in the past. In fact, when I had first started painting, that's what I used. So I wanted to show you this. I will use Gamvar if I'm not using the Liquitex. And I could even do a coat of Gamvar over the top of this. It doesn't matter. This one I use outside because it says the vapor is harmful if fatal or swallowed. I'm not gonna swallow it, but I'm just saying I just take it outside because it contains petroleum distillate. So I try not to breathe it. I just take it outside and use it out there. So I'm glad you joined me for this varnishing video, and now this painting is done. It's even varnished, so I'm just using my glove to get any other puddles. I think it's all good. If I overbrush it, what'll happen is it'll turn to where you can't see through it, and or it's going to be difficult. It'll be more opaque, so you don't want to overbrush it and continue brushing on the same area. You want to move pretty quickly to the other, to the other side of the canvas. So I am so glad you joined me to do this, and if you want to see more videos that I'll be posting on the YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, DK Boljak, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. And by the way, God bless you. Okay.